What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Frankie Hardwork, and I'd like to introduce you to my new channel, Gigs, Life, and Relationships, right? And on this channel, I want to talk about gigs, life, and relationships, the actual name that I just said, right? So, let me introduce myself, right? This is my other channel, and I actually have another channel. It's called Frankie Hardwork Show. And on that channel, I talk about current events, talk about hip-hop, things of that nature, and all types of stuff like that. My channel was demonetized, but that's not the reason why I'm starting this page. So, and the reason why I'm starting this page is because I want to start my journey and be trying to get a cargo van, right? Now, I'm an Uber driver. Besides the fact that I do YouTube, I actually have a 9-to-5 job as well. So I just don't do YouTube. Like, I just don't get all my money or get my money from YouTube. I have an actual job where I'm delivering boilers and water heaters and things of that nature. And in this video today, I want to speak about two different things. I want to speak about roadie, right? And the reason I want to speak about roadie, and I want to speak about Uber driving, not Uber Eats, Uber driving, And I want to speak about the difference between Uber Eats and Uber Rideshare. So let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? Uber Eats. Me personally, I don't like Uber Eats. I'm not really a fan of Uber Eats. I've been doing this YouTube. I've been doing this Uber thing for about 3, almost 4 years now, right? And done pretty great off the Uber thing. Made pretty decent money off it. It branched into other things and things of that nature. Make great people. So I like Uber, regular Uber. Now, I want to speak about the difference between it and why I'd rather do Uber instead of Uber Eats. Now, let's talk about Uber Eats. Now, the type of person I am, I'm about numbers, right? I'm strictly about numbers. So when it don't make sense mathematically, I'm just not going to do it, right? And to me, and this is when I say to me, this is my opinion. I'm not talking about any other people out here that's doing Uber Eats. It's a lot of people out here that's making whole businesses out of food, delivering food and stuff like that, whether it be DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats and other things, right? And I'm not talking about that, but I want to talk about the difference that I don't like. So let's go. Now, the first thing I don't like with Uber Eats is the fact that the mileage compared to the pay, right? Now, from what I can remember, when you have a order, right? Even if you don't get tips on that order, I think you get about probably for the lowest for a ride, it's probably like $3, 3 and some change or something like that, maybe. And my problem with that is the fact that I look at the mileage. I compare and contrast the mileage as far as the mileage and the pay, right? Now, with Uber Eats, they'll have you going to, let's say, a McDonald's or something like that, right? And for that trip, it's probably a $2 tip, right? Now, this trip can end up being about 15 minutes, 20 minutes doing this. And after that, you'll mess around and probably get about $4. You understand? And that's one of the reasons why I don't like it, because when you look at the mileage and when you look at the pay and the time, because time is money. People don't account that for some reason, but time is currency. You understand? And when you add that up and you get a Uber Eats order, right? And the Uber Eats order is for a $2 tip. It's for McDonald's. You have to go there, wait for about 5 minutes to 6 minutes in order for you to pick up the food. If they didn't make it at McDonald's, though, most of the time they have it ready for you. But when it's a lot of people going, sometimes they don't have it ready for you. So now you got to sit there and just wait, right? So that right there is currency that you're missing right there because of the time. That's about 5 minutes right there, right? And then once you get the food, you got to take it and go to your destination. Now, sometimes destination be about 10, 15 minutes sometimes. And that be about 4 or 5 miles, if that, right? And if you don't get a tip in that, the base pay you'll probably get out of that is like $3. So you done spent 5 miles, probably 7, 8 miles, because sometimes I believe it'd be more than that. You done did about 5 to 7 miles, right? You done wasted about 20 minutes and all that for $3. That don't make sense to me, right? Because I remember when I first started, I started with Uber Eats for about 2 to 3 days, right? I remember one day when I was just like, I can't do this no more, right? Because on Uber, I think they give you about 12, when you Uber Eats or Uber, they give you about 12 hours for the whole day. Because you're an independent contractor, just like when you're doing a CL and you over the road, I think they give you 10 hours. And after that, you got to basically go rest and stuff like that, right? Now, I can remember about when I first started, because I don't like people sitting behind me. So that's why I always did not want to do Uber. Never wanted to do Uber, right? But I can remember when I first did Uber Eats, the one day that made me just, this was the last day. This was the third day when I was like, I'm not doing it no more. I refuse to do this, right? I did the actual whole 12 hours. The whole 12 hours, the whole day, right? Because that's how I used to do with Uber too. I used to do a nice amount of hours. Sometimes I max out throughout the day, but you know, I got a job now, so it kind of changed up. But we're going to talk about that in a second. But now, I remember I did 12 hours that day. It was 10 or 12 hours. I maxed out, right? And I only made $110. And I maxed out. That was 12 hours. I only made $110. Now, that's you. And now, believe it or not, you like, oh, you just was driving. You're sitting there not doing stuff. But you got to get out the car, get back in the car. You got to wait. Then you got to go and take the food, get out the car, deliver it to people, and do all that all day, 12 hours just to make $110. To me, it wasn't worth it. Now, out of that, I probably did about 40 miles that day, right? That's not worth it to me. You understand? Now, I said, you know what? Let me try Uber Rideshare, okay? Let me try Uber Rideshare. I was trying my hardest not to do that. So, I did Uber Rideshare. Now, I can remember this so vividly, right? The first day I did it, right? The first 3 calls that pickups that I had, right, for customers, for passengers rather, I made about $30 like the first half hour. About first 3 calls, I made about $30 the half hour. And once I say that, mathematically, I only probably did about like 20 miles, if that. Probably like 10, 15 miles, something like that, because one was over here. It used to pay more too. That's the thing about Uber. It paid way more. There was a lot more promotions and way more incentives than it used to be a couple years ago than it is now, right? But I promise you, I did that in about a half hour and I never looked back. Never looked back because mathematically it made sense for me, right? It's less miles, right? Because when you're doing Uber Eats, right, you're doing a lot of driving here and there and there and there. The same thing with the passenger thing, but see, the thing is you getting paid your time and the distance. It's a lot more difference because you're not driving too many customers. Like, for instance, a standard 2-minute ride. I'm gonna give you a 2-minute ride that I took earlier today, right? I did a 2-minute ride for 2 minutes to pick up a person. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I did a 1-minute ride today. I'm gonna see if I can remember. It's either 1 or 2 minutes, but I think it's a 1-minute ride. I did a 1-minute ride and made $3.61, and that was only like a mile and a half. You see what I'm saying? Whereas opposed, if you was to do Uber Eats, and it's nothing that they got for 1 minute, nothing at all, and believe it, nothing at all. So you're gonna do at least 20 minutes on every Uber order. It's no quick Uber order. You know what I mean? You're going to do at least 20 minutes on every one. That's to go pick it. You got to drive to the destination, right? Wait for the food, get your food, take it to your car, and drive to another destination. That's at least 20 minutes every time. Whereas when regular Uber rideshare, all you doing is going straight to the destination. You're picking the person up, probably about not even a mile, because they make sure, like, they try to make sure for the most part, unless it's a bigger ride, they give you something that's close to you, right? That's the difference. They give you something that's close to you, so you can mess around and be over here, and they give you something to go pick up somebody that's probably like a mile away, and that's probably taking about like 5 minutes or 3 minutes to go pick them up or something like that, right? Whereas Uber Eats, like I said, you're taking 20 minutes, and then with the regular Uber, the lowest ride, like I said, 3 minutes, a ride around the corner, a minute away, you're getting paid $3.61. At least where I'm from in Jersey, it's $3.61, And that's for like a couple minutes. That's damn near $1 a minute. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference? So that's my reason for doing Uber rideshare instead of Uber Eats. And I'm not knocking nobody if they're doing that, because I can understand why people don't want to do passenger rideshare. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why some people probably don't want to do it, right? It's because it can be dangerous. You got somebody sitting behind you, right? You got somebody sitting behind you at all times. So I can understand why females don't want to do it. I feel like it should be more men doing it, and I'm not saying it to be like sitting there like, oh, women can't do this or women can't do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, it makes sense that women don't want to do that, because you got a lot of creeps out here, right? You do. Even as me being a driver, right? And I have passenger females, right? I definitely try to be more attentive, right? I'm probably saying for lack of a better word, I'm gonna use attentive. I definitely try to be attentive to the situation, right? Meaning like, okay, it's just me and this female in the car. She's in my car, right? Just her by herself. She don't know me. I have the ability to lock the doors. I have the ability to just drive off with her and kidnap her. So she basically trusted me. Now, I hate saying that because I don't want to put that thought into people's head, but it's the truth. I have that ability. So me being the type of person I am, and to make them feel comfortable with the female in the car, I try not to move all crazy. You know what I mean? Meaning like just do random stuff and just act weird. Sometimes you gotta read the room. It's okay when they get in the car, hello, how you doing? You know what I mean? And just leave it there. You don't have to keep looking in your mirror and keep looking back at them. You don't have to keep talking to them, because sometimes when a person got this in there, they don't want to talk. When they get in the car and this in their ear and they put it in their ear, they don't want to talk. You know what I mean? You give them a hello, how you doing? And you keep it moving for the most part. I think I'm going to make a video about that, like proper etiquette as being a male Uber driver, or Uber driver period, but more of a male Uber driver, you know what I'm saying, in this business. You know what I'm saying? How to make people feel comfortable without feeling like a creep, because it's a lot of things going on right now. So like I said, I can understand that, how females don't want to do that. But I feel like I really feel like men should get more into this, man. It's money in Uber. It's money in Uber rideshare. Trust me, right? So, like I said, I'm gonna end the video, and like I said, for the most part, this is my journey. I'm gonna speak on my journey, but at the same time, I want to give tips, because the whole purpose of me, actually making this channel is to document things and to learn more things and to give out jewels. But I ain't even say my end goal, but my next goal, for the most part, is to get a van. I want to do it with y'all. I want y'all to see me get a van, a cargo van. And I'm trying to do this very soon. And I'm going to speak on the reason why I'm going to do that in my next video. So I appreciate you sitting here listening to it. You know what I mean? And, one more thing. Because the reason why, honestly, I want the van, right? I'm going to show y'all a video that earlier with roadie. I never did roadie before. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to probably start tomorrow. I actually had the app for a minute, but I never used it. And I was going to do it today, but Uber was pretty decent today, and it was just like, I don't know. So I want to speak on a roadie thing, a roadie order that I had, right? Real quick. So I had a roadie order, right, that I seen, and nobody took it. Now, it was from Cranford, New Jersey. It was from Newark, New Jersey to Cranford, New Jersey. Only 30 miles, and it was only 3 hours. And guess how much it paid, y'all? Guess how much it paid? It paid $298. The only reason why I didn't get it is because I didn't have a van or a bigger vehicle. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm working on a journey to get me a cargo van. Because if I'd have had that order, I'd have killed them today. And then I'd have had that $300 just for doing about 3 hours. That's $100 an hour. So that's the reason why I want my van. And I will be getting it, and we're going to get this together, y'all. And like I said, I got more videos on the way. It's your boy, Frankie Hard Work, and this is Gigs, Life and Relationships. So, y'all, we're going to get this money, y'all, and we're going to do this together. Easy.